Well fed on seabirds he caught last night, this Chatham male has little to do with his morning other than patrol his territory. Which he shares with the mother of his chicks. Or possibly the mother of his chicks. It's complicated. They both mated with her. Ménage à trois are popular with Chatham skuas. It may give them an edge in securing the best territories. Whatever the reason, they're all devoted to each other and to whoever's chicks they are. Like the skua, these dusky dolphins on the east coast of the South Island are night hunters. These are commuters, shift workers on the morning train back home. They've spent the night feeding on squid in deep offshore waters. Bellies full, they're in a celebratory mood. They plan to spend the rest of the day resting and relaxing in safer, shallower water. When unexpected relatives call in. Common dolphins, easily distinguished by their long beaks. They may be moving into shallower water for calving. Whatever the reason, their dusky hosts make them feel welcome. Each seems to recognize the others as fellow travelers. They socialize. Perhaps they're sharing stories. And just like that, the magical encounter ends. By late morning, much of New Zealand is starting to swelter in the summer heat. It's a lovely sunny day on the eastern side of the Southern Alps, the mountain range that runs the length of the South Island. But on the other side, it's a completely different story. December is one of the wettest months in one of New Zealand's wettest locations. And today's weather on the west coast is no exception. As the wet westerly winds hit the mountainous barrier, they rise and form clouds. And that suits the locals just fine. The Kia, a mountain cousin of the lowland kaka, is the world's only alpine parrot. A late morning shower doesn't faze them. They're superbly adapted to these conditions. These birds with yellow around their eyes and beaks are juveniles. They have a much bigger problem than a little rain. Finding sustenance in such a harsh environment isn't easy. They need to rely on dozens of different foods, from berries and leaves to grubs and bugs. One way to learn what's good and how to get it is by watching the adults. So today, class is in session. What is she up to? Let me try that. Is this edible? Young Kia have an insatiable curiosity and a love of trying anything that's new. Scientists say they're one of the most intelligent birds on the planet. And the Kia would probably agree.